All right, so you say you were locked up on Be Stupid. Who is Be Stupid?
Be Stupid is my partner out of New Orleans, aka the Magnolia Projects, Willow and Six. And the reason why I know that I'm not from New Orleans because Be Stupid did not let you forget that Willow and Six. Be Stupid. Shout out to Be Stupid, man. Free Be Stupid, for a matter of fact. I was at Coleman with Be Stupid. From coming back in them times because all the dudes he grew up with, them niggas 50, 60, 70 years old. So he definitely is a young legend over there. You know, he was over in the streets, you know, he was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? And he's very hot. He's highly respected in prison and the streets. Good dude though, good dude. You ain't know he come from that dog. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Come from that place right there.
How did you bump into him?
I met Be Stupid through an associate of mine from Orlando. I had just got out of the shoe, and while I was in the shoe, that's when Be Stupid came to Coleman. And at this time, I was drinking chain gang wine and smoking weed. And he was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna go holler at my partner Stupid. He down here in F Block. I mean, no, he down here in F Block. And I think Stupid them was selling wine at that time. And I went in their unit one time to buy some wine, some alcohol, and I ended up staying in there all day that day. And that's how me and Stupid ended up getting tight.
So you said you did about 5 years with him?
Yeah, I did about 5 years with Stupid. See, Stupid got caught up in the whole when Katrina hit. They moved him to Houston. And you know, all the chaos and stuff like that was happening in Houston and stuff like that. He got caught up in that, and the feds gave him 25 years. You know, and Stupid been in, I think, at this point, 18 or 17 years. You know, so Stupid on the turn, man. Shout out to Stupid, man. Free Stupid.
I mean, how do y'all build y'all bond together? I mean,
man, me and Stupid, man, used to gamble together. We used to, you know, Stupid don't really drink. You know what I'm saying? Stupid smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? He might smoke a little weed or something like that. And I used to be in that nigga cell every single day. Meaning that I was in D unit and he was in F unit. But down in F unit where they made all the wine, and you know what I'm saying? So I used to go down there on the move, and I might be in there from 8:30 in the morning till they have the main count, which is 4 o'clock. And the whole time that I'm in this unit, I'm in there with Stupid and about, you know, me, Stupid and about 2 more dudes we in there. You know what I'm saying? We in there just kicking it, man. We doing time. Like I say, federal time is way different, man. So when you meeting, like, we in different units with dudes.
so what about doing the lunch count? They'll count y'all in that room in the units too?
They ain't gonna never count us because the main counts in the Fed, it's only one main count in the Fed that really count. I want to say 2, but I'm gonna say 1, and that's that 4 o'clock count, and that's the count that they have to report to DC. And the 10 o'clock count is important. But no, they wouldn't never count us in there. We just know about 3:30 we got to get up out of the unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stupid. Yeah, man. Shout out to Stupid, man. Good dude, though. Good dude, man. And it's like when I done met killers and gangsters in federal prison, whether it's federal or state, most gangsters and killers don't have a gangster and killer demeanor. Meaning that you be expecting to be rah, rah, rah. No, ain't nothing like that. A lot of them be quiet. A lot of them be laid back. That's like Booby. They say, you know, I've never, met Booby, but they say he one of the quietest niggas in the world. So he just sit back, cool, calm, and collected. But if you hear the stories, you'll think this dude's just out of control, wild. Nah, man. When you meet these dudes in person, man, they I don't know what kind of demons that they may or may not be fighting, but a lot of them got humbling spirits.
So Booby when they called me when you was up?
Yeah, Booby was at Coleman 2. I was at Coleman 1. I was over at Coleman 1 with Bo Dilly, Henry Mann, Convertible Bird, a whole lot of in-betweens. I just named like some of the heavyweights right there, but there was a whole lot of dudes that was in between, you know what I'm saying, that was getting money too. Legends.
What about from Atlanta, you were locked up with?
I was locked up. What's the dude name? I think his name Jesse White.
Larry
White. I'm thinking about Fort Miles. I done been locked up with a lot of young players out of Atlanta. Like, far as a lot of old ones that I had met from Atlanta, they had been locked up for a long time when I went in. You know what I'm saying? We thinking 20-something years ago, and them niggas hadn't been in 20 years then. So Atlanta had just got popping in this new generation with the rap thing and all that. But far as the underground legends. They have their own underground legends, but it wasn't worldwide like that. You know, like the Burts and the Bo Diddleys and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure they got their own underground legends in it now.
Right. What about you? Locked up with Trav?
No, Trav was at I think Trav then was out of state. See, you got to think is that my first stop was Coleman. I was at Coleman for 10 years. So a lot of the dudes that came before me could never come to Coleman because a lot of their rat-ass co-defendants was there. And they had keep separates. Meaning that the rats they're going to send to Coleman. So the dudes that went to trial, they ain't going to send you to Coleman. They're going to send you out of state. And you can't never get back to Coleman because 9 times out of 10, the 30 niggas that testified against you, one of them is there. And that's all it takes is just one.
But how he gonna get to walk on the compound if his paperwork ain't right?
Well, when I'm speaking in terms of this right here, I'm more speaking of the mediums. Mm-hmm. And you do have rats that's in the pen. Some of them slither through. Some of them play the homeboy game where you might have a dude that's holding his case, but he might come to prison and he might have $1 million or he might have $100,000. So now when he come to prison, he's bearing gifts, and this is how they get in. And what I mean by bearing gifts is you might have a home team and they broke as a bitch and he might open up a ticket for him. And what I mean by a ticket, he may open up a football ticket. Or he may go to the commissary one day and buy 30 pair of sneakers. Or he might just be feeding everybody. So when you got a local dude that done read it like that, you got dudes sitting in prison 10, 15 years that ain't gonna never get out, that ain't got no money coming in. So it's a favoritism thing. Like, man, fuck that, man. This nigga feeding the team. And that's how a lot of them swither. But I done also been to prisons that's out of state where they don't give a fuck about that. They don't care how much money you got and nothing like that. If your ass ain't right, that paper ain't right, you got to go. The only reason why Coleman was like that because there was so many dudes from Florida there. Mm-hmm. You got to think the prison hold 12 to 1,500 people and 800 of us is from Florida. So now it really ain't a federal prison. It's a state joint prison because we separated. Because we got 100 niggas from Tampa, 100 niggas from Miami, all this bullshit again, 100 niggas from Jacksonville, 100 from Pensacola, and that's just what it is. But then when we go out of state, and then ain't number 5 of us, you be happy to see a nigga from Miami. You'll run up to him because got them out and did a hug, and you done actually hug, listen, you done hug his neck, bro, to where you just happy to see a homie. That's how psychological it is, to where you just happy to see a homie from Florida. I done been places where you happy to see a homie from the South. Where you happy to see a nigga with gold teeth and dreadlocks. If he's from Alabama, Carolinas, or anything, you happy to see that. Because in certain places, man, ain't nothing but 3 of y'all, 2 of y'all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you say when you was at Coleman, y'all was separated again. It was back on state time. Y'all were moving like on fair time, but y'all was on state time.
But like this. When I was at Coleman, anybody looking from the outside in would think that we was unified. But me being from Florida, I knew that we was clicked up. You know what I'm saying? And not that we didn't fuck with each other because if something went on, we always gonna be there. But that's just how it was. You gotta think, man, you can't go nowhere where it's 70 dudes from Miami, 70 dudes from Tampa, and 70 dudes from Jacksonville. We all gonna fuck with each other in our own individual way, but they also gonna have that hometown pride. Like, it's 2 Floridas. It's not 1 Florida, it's 2 Florida. You got the state of Florida, and then you got Miami. I'm gonna say it again, you got the state of Florida, and then you got Miami. And I'm gonna leave it like that. Shout out to all my dogs in Miami though, man. Big Florida, man.